I swear, if this video is gonna make me like queasy or like antsy or kind of like gross me out or something like that, I'm coming for your ankles and your kneecaps. Best believe. You know I'm serious because my nose are flared. Now it's not. Now they are. Look. I don't know why, but whenever somebody does that, like flare their nose, it's so funny to me. I don't know why. And then do you ever realize whenever somebody's laughing hella hard, their nose flares. Like really fast, kind of. Yeah, really fast. Like do you all realize, if you don't realize it, the next time you make somebody laugh or you see somebody laugh, look at their nose. It's gonna flare like really fast. So yeah, I don't know why it does, but
your favorite.
Let's get it done. I don't know why I'm looking around for some like BS to happen. Let's get it. You wanted it. I got you. Sup? Wait. Ah, God dang. Excuse me. No. Creepypasta. I thought creepypastas was like.
In the late 1940s, a group of Russian researchers discovered an experimental gas-based stimulant which could eradicate the need for sleep in humans. 5 test subjects were chosen to test the gas, all deemed enemies of the state. They were kept in a sealed environment to carefully monitor their oxygen intake, as the gas was toxic in high concentrations.
Okay.
This was before closed-circuit cameras, so their only means of monitoring the subjects were microphones and a few thick glass portholes into the chamber. The chamber was stocked with books, cots to sleep on, running water, a toilet, and enough dried food to last all 5 for over a month. Everything was 5 for the first 5 days. The subjects hardly complained, having been promised, falsely, that they would be freed if they did not sleep for 30 days. Their conversations and activities were monitored closely, and it was noted that they continued to talk about increasingly traumatic incidents in their past life.
What?
And the general tone of their conversations took on a darker aspect after the 4-day mark.
Hell no. I'm in the same room as you at these 4 mother cluckers. And they already talking some hella sus shit right now. So I'm gonna go ahead and, keep my back of my neck is wet. Pause. That's because I just wet my hair, so it's like, you feel me? But nah, I'm gonna go ahead and keep my guard up, right? And the more they talking about on some sus shit, the more I'm gonna go ahead and back up. And before you know it, I'm gonna already be 6 miles out. Why am I doing that?
After 5 days, they started to complain about the circumstances and events that led them to where they were, and started to demonstrate signs of paranoia. They stopped talking to one another and began alternately whispering to the microphones and portholes. Oddly, they seemed to think they could win the trust of their researchers by turning over their fellow comrades. At first, the researchers suspected that this was an effect of the gas itself. After 9 days, the first of them started screaming. He ran the length of the chamber, repeatedly yelling at the top of his lungs for 3 hours straight. After he tore his vocal cords, he still continued attempting to scream, but was only able to produce occasional squeaks.
Wow.
The most surprising thing about this behavior is how the other captives reacted to it, or didn't react to it.
What you saying?
They continued whispering into the microphones until the second of the captives started to scream. The 3 non-screaming captives took books apart, smearing page after page with their own feces and pasted them over the glass portholes. The screaming promptly stopped, and so did the whispering in the microphones. After 3 more days passed, the researchers checked the microphones hourly to make sure they weren't working, as they thought it impossible that no sound could be coming from the chamber. The oxygen consumption in the chamber indicated that all 5 must still be alive. In fact, it was the amount of oxygen 5 people would consume at a very heavy level of strenuous exercise.
Wait a minute. So is it the what is it, the gas or whatever? Or is it the fact that they're up, like they're woke for long periods of time that's making them crazy? Something is making them crazy. But whatever is making them crazy, make sure I'm already 6 miles out before all hell breaks loose. Because it looks like it's about, it looks like all hell is about to break loose. Chaos is about to happen. And I just want to be as far away from this place as humanly possible. Because all I'm saying is like, it sounds like a train effect. It seems like a little train effect. One person go crazy, then the other person go crazy, then the other person, no. And before you know it, the people that's watching, the people inside, they're gonna go crazy. I'm already seeing through the I'm already seeing through the BS. Cause I guarantee you, if I was to stay there watching those people, I would have went crazy too. That's crazy.
On the morning of the 14th day, the researchers did something they said they would not do.
What?
They used the intercom inside the chamber, hoping to provoke a response from the captives. They announced, "We are opening the chamber to test the microphones. Step away from the door and lie flat on the floor, or you will be shot."
That's the most dumbest thing you could probably have ever done in this scenario. Wow. Jesus, bro. Did he really just say that? Come on now. These bitches are crazy. Or they're starting to get crazy. You don't want to mess with crazy people. I wouldn't know that. But from all the horror stories I've ever heard, you don't want to be messing with crazy people out here like that, man. Just saying.
Compliance will earn one of you your immediate freedom. To their surprise, they heard one single phrase in a calm voice respond, "We no longer wish to be freed."
Oh, no.
Debate broke out among the researchers and the government officials funding the experiment. Unable to provoke any other response using the intercom, it was finally decided to open the chamber at midnight on the 15th day. That night, the chamber was flushed of the gas and filled with fresh air. Immediately, voices from the microphones began to object. 3 different subjects began begging, as if pleading for the life of loved ones, to turn the gas back on.
Oh, no!
The chamber was opened and soldiers sent in to retrieve the test subjects. They began to scream louder than ever, and so did the soldiers when they saw what was inside the chamber. 4 of the 5 subjects were still alive, although no one can rightly call the state that any of them were in living. The food rations for the past 5 days had not been so much as touched. There were chunks of rotting flesh from the dead subject's thighs and chest stuffed into the drain in the center of the chamber, which allowed 4 inches of red liquid to accumulate on the floor. Precisely how much of the liquid that was actually blood was never determined. All 4 surviving test subjects also had large portions of muscle and skin torn away from their bodies. The exposed bone on their fingertips indicated that the wounds were inflicted by hand, not with teeth, as the researchers initially thought. Closer examination of the position and angles of the wounds indicated that all of them were self-inflicted. The organs below the rib cages of all 4 test subjects had been removed, while the heart, lungs, and diaphragm remained in place. The skin and muscles attached to the ribs had been ripped off.
Woo! I'm coming for your ankles and your kneecaps. Jesus. Oh my God. I gotta stop putting myself in these situations. I really do. Like, I can't just like before. I used to just watch stuff like this, like the horror videos and all that. I used to just watch it. Now, man, I'm putting I don't know why I'm doing this, but I'm putting myself in this situation. Woo! See, that's where you guys clucked up. Well, you all clucked up in several ways. But one of the ways you clucked up was giving them that gas. You know, like, it was something in that gas that made them want it. I don't know what it was, but they wanted more of it. They wanted that gas over freshness, over fresh air. Are you serious, bro? What was in that gas? See, I might have to do my research. Because for them to want that gas more than they want fresh air, that's like, right? That's like me, right? Going inside of a girl, right? But she tight. But I don't like that though. But I don't like it. I don't like it flabby either. I don't like it loose. I like it just right, which is kind of hard to explain and hard to come across, to be honest with you. Right? Cause I don't want it tight, but then I don't want it loose as hell. You know, I don't want to be like, or I don't want to be like, no, no. I want it just right. You feel me? But I don't know why. I don't know why I even said that. That was like no relevance to what I'm just watching. I don't even think that was a metaphor. I don't know why I said that. But it was something in that gas that caused them to want that more than fresh air.
The lungs through the ribcage. All the removed blood vessels and organs remained intact. They had just been taken out and laid on the floor, fanning out around the bodies of the subjects.
Jesus.
The digestive tract of all four could be seen working, digesting what was apparently their own flesh, which they had been eating for many days.
Oh shit! What is that called? That's called something. It's not bestiality. That's when like you clucking an animal like a horse or something. What is that called when you're eating another human? What is that called? It's called something. Because there was an old dude, somebody years ago, that I believe did it in Florida or whatever. I heard a story about it or two. He was eating people. Like he was literally eating people. Like that's wow, bro. Woo! That's crazy. That's called something. Cannibalism? Nope. I feel like that's way off. Now I'm just saying words. That's really disturbing though. That's crazy.
Most of the soldiers were Russian operatives, but still, many refused to return to that chamber in order to remove the test subjects.
Right.
The subjects continued to scream to be left alone in the chamber and alternately begged and demanded that the gas be turned back on, lest they fall asleep.
Wow. That's crazy.
To everyone's surprise, the test subjects put up a fierce fight in the process of being removed from the chamber. One of the Russian soldiers died from having his throat ripped out.
Oh.
Another, gravely injured by having his testicles ripped off.
Woo! 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 Don't get off my balls, bitches. Oh my God, Nick. Wow, that's crazy, bruh. Oh my God. Oh my. This has to be fake. Please tell me this is fake. Please tell me this is fake. Because that's, the back of my neck is wet. That's, hey, I can't see. Now I'm picturing somebody just ripping my, okay. All right, now you good. Okay. Oh my, that's unforgivable. That's unforgivable. Nope. I'm gonna have to break all your ankles and kneecaps. God, I'm killing you. I'm killing you. I am. That's point blank. Period. Like I don't care. Like you ripped my balls off. Like, come on. Oh my God. And I think you going. I think you going externally bleed. Like bleed out. I feel like you will bleed out from that. Like somebody just ripped. Oh God. That's ridiculous. Wow. This is really graphic. This is really graphic. I don't know if I may have to put a disclaimer or something in the beginning of this video. I highly doubt this video is going to get monetized, but you know, it's whatever. I don't care. But, ow. Oh. Oh, God.
His leg severed by one of the subject's teeth. 5 more soldiers lost their lives, if you count ones that committed suicide.
Jesus.
In the struggle, one of the 4 living subjects had his spleen ruptured and was bleeding out quickly. The medical staff attempted to sedate him, but this proved impossible. He was injected with more than 10 times the normal hue and dose of morphine, and still fought like a cornered animal, breaking the arm of one doctor. His heart continued beating for a full 2 minutes after he ran out of blood. Even after his heart stopped, he continued to scream and flail for another 3 minutes, struggling to attack anyone in reach and just repeating the word, more, over and over, weaker and weaker, until he finally fell silent. The surviving 3 test subjects were heavily restrained and moved to the medical facility, the 2 with intact vocal cords continuously begging for the gas, demanding to be kept awake. The most injured of the 3 was taken to the only surgical operating room that the facility had. In the process of preparing the subject to have his organs placed back in his body, it was found that he was effectively immune to the sedative they had given him. He fought furiously against his restraints when the anesthetic gas was brought out to put him to sleep. He managed to tear most of the way through a 4-inch wide leather strap on a wrist. It took little more anesthetic than normal to put him under, and the instant his eyelids fluttered and closed, his heart stopped. In the autopsy of the test subject, it was found that his blood had triple the normal level of oxygen found in a human body. The muscles that were still attached to his skeleton were badly torn, and he had broken 9 bones in his struggle to not be subdued. The second survivor had been the first of the group to start screaming. His vocal cords destroyed, he was unable to beg or object to surgery, and he only reacted by shaking his head very violently in disapproval when the anesthetic gas was brought out. He shook his head yes when a nurse suggested that they try the surgery without anesthetic.
Well, hell no. Nope. Anesthetic is like what they give you, right? So you don't feel the pain. Like it numbs the part. It numbs the part of the body. Like they numb the part of the body that they're about to work on. Like say for instance, you get shot right in the shoulder, or like you get cut or whatever, right? And they put anesthetics or anesthesia or whatever. Unless I'm off, but isn't that what they use to numb the area so they can work on you, so you don't have to feel the pain, if any pain? Isn't that what they're using? I think that's. I would be a horrible doctor. I would. Oh my God. Oh God. Don't try. If I was a doctor, I would have no clients. I would have nothing. I wouldn't be a doctor. I wouldn't be a trusted doctor. Yeah, but give me all the anesthesia, all the anesthetics, all of it. I need all of it because I don't want to feel nothing. Back of my neck is wet. Back of my neck is wet. Gattor 2019.
React for the entire 6-hour procedure of replacing his abdominal organs.
Jesus.
And attempting to cover them with what little remained of his skin. The surgeon stated repeatedly that it should be medically impossible for the subject to still be alive. One terrified nurse stated that she had seen the patient's mouth curl into a smile several times whenever his eyes met hers.
He crazy.
When the surgery ended, the subject looked at the surgeon and began to wheeze loudly, attempting to talk. Assuming this must be something of importance, the surgeon had a pen and pad fetched so he could write out his message. It was simple. Keep cutting.
What?
The other 2 test subjects were given the same surgery, both without anesthetic. The surgeon found it almost impossible to perform the operation while the patients laughed continuously. Once paralyzed, the subjects could only follow the attending researchers with their eyes. The paralytic cleared their system in an abnormally short period of time, and they were soon trying to escape their bonds. The moment they could speak, they were asking for the gas. The researchers tried asking why. Why had they injured themselves? Why had they ripped out their own organs? Why did they want the gas? Only one response was given. I must remain awake. All 3 subjects' restraints were reinforced, and they were placed back into the chamber awaiting determination as to what should be done with them. The researchers, facing the wrath of their military benefactors for having failed the stated goals of their project, considered euthanizing the surviving subjects. The commanding officer, an ex-KGB, instead saw potential and wanted to see what would happen if they were put back on the gas. The researchers strongly objected, but were overruled. In preparation for being sealed in the chamber again, the subjects were connected to an EEG monitor and had their restraints padded for a long-term confinement. To everyone's surprise, all 3 stopped struggling the moment they were back on the gas. It was obvious that, at this point, all 3 were putting up a great struggle to stay awake. One of the subjects that could speak was humming loudly and continuously. The mute was straining his legs against the leather bonds with all his might. First left, then right, then left again, just to have something to focus on. The remaining subject was holding his head off his pillow and blinking rapidly. Having been the first to be wired for EEG, most of the researchers were monitoring his brainwaves in surprise. They were normal, but most of the time, he just flatlined. It looked as if he was repeatedly suffering brain death before returning to normal again. As they focused on the paper scrolling out of the brainwave monitor, only one nurse saw his eyes slip shut at the same moment his head hit the pillow. His brainwaves immediately changed to that of deep sleep, then flatlined for the last time as his heart simultaneously stopped. The only remaining subject that could speak started screaming to be sealed in now. His brainwaves showed the same flat lines as the other one who had just died. The commander gave the order to seal the chamber with both subjects inside, as well as 3 other researchers. One of the 3 immediately drew his gun and shot the commander point blank right between the eyes, then turned the gun to the mute subject and blew his brains out. He pointed the gun at the remaining subject, still restrained to a bed, as the members of the medical and research team fled the room. I won't be locked in here with these things. Not with you, he screamed, at what can no longer be called a man strapped to the table. What are you, he demanded. I must know. I must know. What are you? The subject smiled.
You're clucked.
Have you forgotten so easily? The subject asked. We are you. We are the madness that lurks within you all, begging to be freed at every moment in your deepest animal mind. We are what you hide from your beds every night.
Oh no!
We are what you sedate into silence when you go to the nocturnal heaven where we cannot tread.
Hell no!
The researcher paused, then aimed at the subject's exposed heart and fired. The EEG flatlined as the subject weakly choked out. So nearly free.
Yeah, alright. My ass. You can't end it like that, bruh. Okay. A part of me believes that this whole story, the Russian sleep experiment, is real, but then a part of me doesn't. Like, okay, a part of me believes, because this is my first time hearing about this. And definitely like reacting to this. I've never heard about this experiment before this video. So, without like doing like any research, I felt like, okay, it was 4 people, right? that got experimented on. Okay, I believe that. I also believe that they were, what were they, felons or something like that. And then I also believe the gas. What I don't believe, kind of, is, and I don't want to believe, and I hope this is not true, that the gas, okay, I believe that the gas made them crazy or made them think unusually or like not normal. What I don't really believe, and I don't want to believe, is the fact that the gas made them crazy, or it made them do things that they typically wouldn't do, like eating, human flesh, or eating, or just like doing unhuman-like things, or like doing, ripping off and breaking stuff and stuff like that. But that's crazy. When was this? Hold on. When was this experiment done? Because, and I really hope some of this, of what they told in this story, was kind of like over exaggerated. Because I hope everything in this story that I just reacted to, or we just reacted to, was not 100%. Excuse me, was not 100% real. The Russian. Okay, here it goes. The Russian sleep experiment is the name of a short internet horror story. Horror story, urban legend, and creepy one. Written by short story. So it's fake, right? Yeah. Right? Yeah. Yeah, right? This is fake. Great story. Russians. Okay, so now I just went to this website, right? And it said, it was like this facts website or whatever, right? And it's about the Russian sleep experiment. Russian researchers in the late 1940s kept 5 people awake for 15 days. Jesus. For 15 days using an experimental gas-based stimulant. They were kept in a sealed environment for their oxygen intake, so the gas didn't kill them, since it was toxic in high concentrations. This was before closed circuit. Okay, right now. All right, what the hell? Like, is this shit real or not? Like, I don't want any of this to be real. But if this is real, or like if some of this is real, Jesus. I don't know what to say. I really don't. Like, that's ridiculous. I mean, but it's a creepy pasta. I think the reaction to creepy pastas, a long time ago, and I think somebody was telling me like they're like creepy pastas are fake. But then again, it's like, I don't know if it's fake or not. But I mean, it definitely sounds real. Russian sleep experiment. It was just this was really graphic, but I'm just gonna say it wasn't real. I'm just gonna say it wasn't real. Jesus Christ! Like these like little noises and cracks and stuff. Why they gotta happen when I'm doing like something horror related? Jesus. But yeah, for my heart and to keep me, at ease, I'ma say that this joint was fake. But if it's real, oh my God. And I hope they're not doing nothing like this. Like now. That's but the one that really got me was like he teared off his ball. Oh, you got it. Reese's Puffs. Hey. I mean, I like Reese's Puffs, but the best cereal, hands down, Cinnamon Toast Crunch. You're lying if you say otherwise. Keep it cool, keep it classy, and I love you. Stay happy, my family.